Hello, GM, everybody. If you guys can hear me okay, which hopefully you can, because this is going to be really embarrassing if you don't put a GM in the chat. I'm going to put one too, and I hope that all of you do as well. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys give me some love? Say something, say GM, say hello, say hi, Zubin. Or just tell me where everyone's from. Just tell me, tell me where everyone's from. Drop it in the chat. Tell me where you guys are tuning in from right now. I'm in Australia, in Melbourne. It's just gone midnight here, by the way, midnight on Monday, Tuesday. Hey, Barbara. Hey. Thanks for letting me know you guys can hear me okay. This is awesome. Fantastic. Where's everyone from? Come on, quickly. Let's go around the table and tell. Oh, from Jamaica. Nice. Taiwan, Kuwait, Honduras, Nigeria, Philippines, Brazil, India. This is awesome. Morocco, Chicago, GM, everybody. London, Nepal, Trinidad, Canada. Gosh, you guys are everywhere. And wait till you see the stats and where everybody's from. This is great. Latvia. Hey, in Queens, New York. Awesome, guys. Look, thank you so much for joining me. Really excited to kick off Block Magic, the Chainlink Spring 2024 Hackathon that's starting today. It's running from the 29th of April to the 2nd of June. So this is really exciting stuff. So glad you guys could all join me. Now, let me quickly walk you through the agenda. So this is the welcome. I'm going to talk you through what happened in the previous hackathon, the fall 2023 Constellation Hackathon. Then I'm going to talk to you about what's happening in this one. We're calling this hackathon Block Magic. It's the Spring 2024 Hackathon. And then I'm going to talk you through all the prizes and sponsors, because I know you guys are competitive and you guys want to get in there and get some action going. So we're going to help you with all that and tell you all the prizes and sponsors that you can get. And then all the important dates, the rules, the eligibility, all the technical stuff that we all need to know and deal with, so that you can get the most out of this fantastic opportunity. And then I'll tell you guys how you can get help, where you can get help, and also team formation, because as you can see, you guys are from all over the planet, right? So having team formation opportunities is obviously very important. And we put in some work to make sure you guys are fully supported, and we'll talk about that as well. Sound good? All right, give me a thumbs up, say yes, say something cool, say GMs, let's go, whatever you want in the chat, and then we can keep moving forward. Ooh, Sweden too. Nice. All right, cool. Let's get moving, guys. So just a quick introduction. My name is Zubin. I'm a developer advocate, developer relations engineer at Chainlink Labs, previously from Google, and a recovering corporate lawyer. And I love hanging out with you hackers in person and virtually, because you guys give me a lot of energy and get me juiced and remind me why I'm in the space every single day, which is freaking awesome. All right. Now, in terms of running through what happened in the Constellation, which is the fall 2023, end of last year, the results from Hackathon were truly amazing, and you're going to see some fun stuff coming up for you today on that. We had more than 18,000 signups. That's a lot of people, guys. 18,000 people registering for a hackathon is pretty huge. And from 227 countries. Are you surprised? I mean, look at where everybody here is from, right? There's so many countries. 227 is a lot of countries. Think about it. I probably don't even know 227 people that well. So more countries than the people I know, which is pretty amazing, right? And importantly, 47% of the people in the last hackathon were completely new to blockchain development, which is important, okay? Because you don't need to be a seasoned, experienced developer to really get a lot of value out of this hackathon. So, don't let that ever stop you, okay? And importantly, there was $550,000, like $500,000 worth of prizes that got won in the last hackathon, okay, in the fall 2023 hackathon. And this is a continuation of Chainlink's incredible hackathon history, right? Over the years, and it's not been that long, maybe 4 or 5 years, but we've had more than 80,000 signups. We've had $2.5 million worth of prizes being given out, and thousands of developers leveled up their game, learned new things or expanded existing skills, got recruited, got funded, built tons of amazing networks, got involved in great protocols and all the good stuff. Okay, so this is a really big opportunity for you guys. In fact, it's worth talking about some of the alumni who've done really well in this, right? So for example, tons of value has been raised over the years, right? We've had a D bridge with a total volume push through of 102 million. We are struck finance with $3.9 million worth of funding. Crypto totally killing it, has been for a while. $7 million of funding. Vulcan has got Mark Cuban on board as an advisor. So you know what all these guys had in common? Here's what they had in common. They were all Chainlink Hackathon participants and winners. Okay, so this could be you. In fact, many of you tuned in today are probably going to eventually make it to this list. Okay, that's the whole point. That's where we all get juiced and get going. Exactly. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So what else do I have for you guys? Well, up next actually is a bit of a treat. So we wanted to do this to make you guys realize just how important it is to be in a hackathon because of the kind of opportunities it opens up for you. And what better way to do that than to bring to you live some of the winners from the last hackathon, from the fall 2023 hackathon that I talked about, right? Now, this is a group, they were called unwallet.me then, and now they're called Smart Domains. And representing them, we've got Dennis. So Dennis, let me bring you on stage and let's have a chat. Hey, Dennis.
Everyone, can you hear me?
Can everyone hear Dennis? Just say Dennis in the chat.
Yeah, super excited to be here. Thanks for the invite. You guys are killing it. Really looking forward to the big projects participating.
That's fantastic, Dennis. Great to have you here. Thank you for coming, and we love what you've done with UnwalletMe and with now that it's called Smart Domains. So that's great. So look, let's dive in. I'm sure people have a ton of burning questions, but I've got 3 for you. So you ready? You ready to talk about it?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So let's start, Dennis, with you telling everybody a little bit about your project. So what did you build in the last hackathon? It was just a few months ago. So what did you build? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I'm Dennis. I'm a full stack developer. So I did everything from like smart contract integration to front end and index and all that stuff. And with Unwallet, we really wanted to showcase our vision of how Web3 UX can look in the future, to onboard everyone with an on-chain username and with smart accounts, so account abstraction at the same moment on multiple chains, and abstract away private and public key at the same time. So basically everyone picks a username, which is also what we showed in our hackathon demo. And then under the hood, multiple smart accounts are being deployed on a multi-chain basis, and counterfactual addresses are determined. And then actually a domain is set up and pre-configured with all that addresses. The reverse resolution is set up and all that stuff. And everyone just with scanning the finger and passkey support. And yeah, this idea even advanced to what we call now smart domains. And we are building on top of ENS now, and yeah, that's the project.
Awesome, wonderful, man. That's I've got so many technical questions for you, but I know if I start, I'll get really distracted, so I'm not even going to go there. But that sounds incredible. I remember seeing the demo and stuff. It was really, really impressive. So great job. Now, speaking of being impressive, that's really what it takes to win prizes and do really well in this space. And you guys nailed it. So who better than you, Dennis, to tell us? Give us some advice. Give the people who are here today some advice on, based on your experience. Walk us through how you plan it, how you team up, how you collaborate, how you execute on the project, how you prioritize, all the good stuff. Any good nuggets you've got for the folks here today?
Yeah, I actually have a few. So of course, this depends totally on the type of project and everything, but one big pillar of a successful hackathon project is obviously the team. So make sure to have a kind of diverse team, that you are all on the same vibe, and that you on board to actually really have a feeling for the problem you want to solve, and you all you actually want to solve this problem. So this then automatically leads to some kind of success, I think. And then scope down the problem. One thing I like to do here was just kind of counterintuitive, but it always worked very well for me, is starting the other way around, and starting by prepping the actual presentation for the product, the demo presentation. And this way, I already kind of draft what what's the goal, where I want to end up. And then I can further scope it down into the actual steps that are necessary to go there. Yeah, do some kind of, if you have a front end involved in your project, what I also can always recommend, make sure to have a collaborative wireframe session together with your team, that you're all on board on the same page, split tasks, and then very important, reduce the scope. you always want to do too much stuff at the beginning, and be sure to like solve one specific problem, but solve it very well.
100%, man. I thank you for that great advice. Reducing the scope is really hard because I think, we all get super excited. We want to build all this stuff. We want want the baby to be 6 feet 2 inches tall and fully ready to play, soccer. Like that's what we wanted.
Yeah. And then there's a big risk of actually don't finishing anything and don't get it over the finishing line, which is the most important thing here.
This is the most important thing. And you know what, Dennis, what you said there is really wise because part of the hackathon is to help build real world skills, real world project stuff that you can put on your, in your portfolio and stuff. And one of the things that you have to do in engineering in real life is you have to scope projects correctly and deliver on time, right? So that itself, planning a project, scoping it, delivering it, executing it, implementing it, it's all, and working with the team, exactly as you said, is a skill in itself. So this is a way of developing that skill, exactly as you said, and also working with other people in a way that, you have to collaborate and get things done. I love your advice, by the way, about starting with the presentation, because that automatically forces some discipline. And I think Jeff Bezos in Amazon also does that, where I think people start with a press release at the time they're developing a new product. Right.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally cool, right? So I think that's dope advice you've got there, man. So thank you so much for sharing that. I really love it. So one last question for you, Dennis, before we let you go is, you guys won the grand prize at Constellation in 2023, right? So congratulations again, outstanding job. Looking back, what opportunities did that open up for you? What, in terms of career, in terms of your growth, in terms of the networks you built, what things have become possible for you now?
Yeah, great question. So like the moment itself was really mind-blowing and totally unexpected, as during the winners presentation, like everything was announced and we weren't really in of any of those prizes. So we were already kind of disappointed. And then like there was the big finale and we actually were the grand prize winners, which was super exciting and changed a lot. We also, like, as we knew the idea has potential and we want to continue building on it, we already created a Twitter account at the time of the hackathon, and the thread we posted there also took off, and even the hackathon demo took off. We have more than, I think, 2,000 domains registered in a hackathon demo. So this is all great news. And yeah, since that, we kind of went all in on the idea of abstracting away private and public key, of paving the way for on-chain usernames in the smart account future. We now call the project Smart Domains, and it's kind of still in stealth, but there will be some super exciting announcements in the next week. So make sure everyone to follow this little thing, smart _ domains on Twitter. And yeah, we also with the help of the hackathon success, we were able to validate our idea, secure a lot of very interesting partners, and yeah, a lot of stuff that's going to be announced in the near future.
Wow, so that's a lot of doors that opened, opportunities that came up, and I'm betting some of them you didn't even think about when you started out, right? Your whole world expands, right? That's awesome, Dennis. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. Absolutely cheering for your success. You guys have done an amazing job. Great team.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your experience with everybody. I'm sure they're super grateful. Everybody, check them out on Twitter. Don't forget to do that, and follow these guys. Watch their progress, because it's going to be meteoric. It's great.
Thank you so much. And yeah, good luck to everyone. I'm really excited to see the next grand prize winner.
Absolutely. So am I, man. So am I. Thanks again. You have a great day.
Bye.
Take care. All right. Okay. So there you go. Now let's talk about this hackathon, guys, because, there's so much going down. There's so much going down. Okay. So we've got, 40,000 plus signups this year, 200 countries, and 50% of a neat half of you guys have little to no knowledge of blockchain development. So welcome. Congratulations for taking that first step, dipping your toe, get in there, get your hands dirty, start learning, start building. You're going to have the time of your life. Okay. And again, this year we have, $500,000 plus worth of prizes between us and the sponsors, lots of stuff happening. So lots to look forward to. Now, in terms of content this year, we've got a lot going on. So we've got the, as always, we believe in training, and then with the hackathon. So we've got some best-in-class technical training for you guys. Chainlink bootcamps have been going on for the last few weeks in multiple languages. There's also lots of workshops coming up that teach you, the front end stuff, the full stack stuff, product design stuff, principles around that, cutting edge tools that you're going to use in your workflow, stuff like Hard Hat, Foundry, Solidity, the Remix Online browser, online IDE for those of you who are starting out, Ethers.js, VM.js, real cutting edge technologies and workshops that are being presented to you. And of course, a bunch of workshops around Chainlink's own products, which obviously you'll need to use in this hackathon. Chainlink CCIP, the cross-chain interoperability protocol. I always stumble on that I word, CCIP, right? And then there's Chainlink functions, VRF now, the virtual random function, which is the randomness generator, now has a version 2.5, guys. You absolutely should check that out. It's a slightly new APIs, new functionality, better billing, etc. Data streams, Chainlink data streams, that powers a lot of what we're seeing right now in the markets, and data feeds, of course, which powers a lot of the pricing stuff that goes on chain, and Chainlink automation that helps you remove the dependence on the human element. So all these awesome tools available to you to start experimenting with, to start working with, to start building with. And of course, all sorts of use cases. Now we'll talk about the use cases in a bit, but AI is big. Tokenized real world assets, big. Cross-chain DeFi, big. This is the stuff that you guys can start getting excited about and start hacking with. Speaking of hacking, we've also got some great hackathon related tools and tips and techniques and strategies related workshops for you. So check them all out, because all of these are going to combine to be a giant arsenal of skills that you guys can use. And of course, a bunch of us developer advocates will be there available for you, and developer experts will be there for you in Chainlink office hours to help you troubleshoot technical stuff, to help you understand some of the Chainlink products or services and things that you need to do to get unblocked, right? There's also a hiring 101 sort of workshop, which is going to be great. You'll get a lot of tips on how to present yourself in the marketplace. And as you know, the blockchain space is very global, so there are global opportunities here. So there's a ton of stuff coming your way, guys. Take it all up, right? Just absolutely take it all as best you can, and get all that tons of value for yourself. Okay, now a huge shout out and a big thank you to all the speakers and judges. This is actually an animated screen, but the animation is not working for some reason. But there's a whole bunch of judges. You'll see them all on the hack.chain.link site. So thank you to all the speakers and judges. We really appreciate your time, your effort, and the love you show the community. So thank you very much for that. Now, let's talk about the prizes. Okay, let's talk about the prizes. Now, I know some of you in the chat, just before you go into the prizes, I know some of you, and I've seen it in the chat, that some of you have questions around team formation. Great question. Hold on to your hats. We're going to get to that in a moment. I promise you, because that's very important. So thank you for asking the question, and I will address it, okay? What's the secret to my energy? Dude, it's midnight. That's the secret to my energy. I really should be in bed. Arab's asking me what's the secret to my energy. All right, actually, I just love what I do here at Chainlink, and I love interacting with you guys. That's honestly the answer. Yeah, that's the secret to the energy. I love seeing all of you here. You guys get me pumped. Okay, so prizes and sponsor tracks and stuff. So like I said, 500K plus in prizes, and let's go through them very quickly, right? So the Chainlink, the grand prize is 50K worth, right? And then there's another 22.5K for the track financial services. So we have a bunch of tracks, and you can see much more detail on the website, on the hack.chain.link website. But there are a bunch of tracks. Some of them have like $22,500. Some of them have $15,000 in all the prizes. And then there are also a bunch of prizes around, just the top quality projects, as we call them, which are, sort of runner up. About 18 of them will get 1K each. So there's all kinds of prizes and distributions available, which means really a lot of you can get a lot of success in this hackathon. So and the key thing here, we'll talk about this later because I will harass you later. The key thing here is to get in there, get in the game and submit, because there's only upside for all of you. There is no downside to doing this, right? Okay, now in terms of what you can try and build, get ready. Okay, first of all, to get some alpha on what's happening in the industry these days, tokenized assets, big, okay? Anything that can be fractionalized so that it makes them more available across DeFi ecosystems, or to people who otherwise would not have access to those assets, right? If you can fractionalize something big and expensive or small and expensive, and more people can have smaller ownership stakes, then everybody gets access to that asset, which is great. Similarly, you can also start building systems for banks and assets managers to easily tokenize their assets, create new asset classes, or mirror them on chain and make it available on chain and programmable, which is super cool. Imagine assets that now become programmable, right? And you could use Chainlink CCIP, Chainlink functions to make that happen really quick, really fast, without, pretty painlessly and seamlessly. Now, On-chain verification for AI content. This is a big one, right? Because we believe, and those of you who followed Sergey's keynotes and stuff, you'd see we believe very strongly that we want to create a verifiable web, more so than ever before. A trust minimized content world is what we really want to see, and that's where you guys can come in and start building around that using off-chain AI in a blockchain game, as a non-player character. Awesome use case. I'm sure someone's going to come up with that. And I also mentioned VRF 2.5, right? The randomness generator version 2.5. Build your next big blockchain game with that, right? Absolutely, you can use that tool to do that. You can build socialify applications using Chainlink functions to connect to off-chain systems, traditional APIs, web-based data, and so on and so forth. And you can also use functions for Chainlink functions for things like the new Lens open action. So if you look at the Lens protocol, they've got a whole bunch of really powerful new open actions or publication types that you can use, or even for Farcaster frames, speaking of content, right? So you can do all of that. There's tons of stuff, guys. We're all really limited by time and imagination. That's the thing, right? So, and you've got a lot of time this time, and you've got a lot of imagination. So get in there and start pumping it up. Now, in terms of, I know I'm moving quite fast, aren't I? I'm so excited. I want you guys to get started, and there's lots of good stuff coming up, in the next few hours. So I want you to get really pumped for that. Okay, now, guys, pay attention to this bit, okay? Because this is really kind of important. There are 2 registrations you need to do. One is to register for the hackathon itself at hack.chain.link. Okay, this is where you register for the hackathon. It's the event registration. Also, at hack.chain.link, you're going to find the schedules, the announcements, speaker details, and all that stuff. Okay, so that's really the event agenda, if you like, and you have to register there as well. You have to register in a second place, though, and that is in the Chainlink blockmagic.devpost.com site. Now that's where the submissions go. So that's where you submit your READMEs, your GitHub repos, your project descriptions, and all. And if you have a demo and all of that, that goes there. So there are 2 registrations. One is for the actual event at hack.chain.link, and the second registration is essential for you to submit your projects, and that's with devpost.com. So those sites are up there. All this information is up on hack.chain.link. And they both cross-link to each other, so you should have no trouble finding this. But remember, there are 2 registrations, okay? Now, let's have a chat about some of the rules around this. Now, I shouldn't have to say this, but I will, because sometimes we need to know, okay? We are an inclusive community. Please treat each other with love and respect and the kindness that you would expect from others. Violence and discrimination will not be tolerated. And for the overall rules, check out that site, which is Chainlink Blockmagic, one word, devpost.com/rules. All the rules, all the eligibility criteria, all the sponsorship stuff, all the track stuff, and the prizes are set out there. If you have any questions, of course, you can always ask in Discord, but it's all here. I can guarantee you 99% of your questions on the rules and eligibility stuff is answered here. Always keep this site handy. In any case, you're going to have to submit your projects there, so you're going to have that browser window open a lot. Might as well have the rules open with it, okay? Now, key rules. These are not exhaustive, so please do not think that this is the only thing. If you're screenshotting the screen, just go to the rules site, which is linked to at the bottom of the slide. But the key rules for you guys to remember is submissions are due 2nd of June, 11:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's US Eastern Standard Time, okay? Now, what is necessary? We definitely need, for you to qualify for your submission to be eligible, we definitely need a 3 to 5 minute publicly viewable video. Please don't make the mistake of putting up a video on YouTube and then being all protective about it and not making it public, and then the judges can't judge, okay? No one's going to really bother to steal your idea. So when you put up your YouTube video or whatever, Vimeo video, whatever the video is compulsory, right? So you have to put it up. When you do it, just make it publicly viewable, right? Or at least the link unlisted or something if you're doing it on YouTube, so that when a judge clicks on it and they can actually see it. If it's not viewable, they can't judge you, okay? Similarly, exactly the same principle with your source code, guys. Please, when you upload to GitHub, just make it public, make it a public repo. Do yourself a favor, because you don't want to put, and this has happened a lot, where people put in 4 weeks of effort, the repo is private, cannot be judged. Don't do yourself that disservice. It's breaking my heart. It's killing my energy, okay? So just make everything public. And in your README, hot tip, link to all the files, all the source code files where you've used like a Chainlink service or whatever it is. Let's say you've used functions and you've used automation. Link to the file there. Make it really easy for the judges to find where you've used the services or for the track that you've entered into, right? Think about what the judges need to see to get straight to your information so that they can judge you properly, because the more time they have to judge you, the more time and attention they're going to give your project, obviously. Okay, so make it easier for them. Now, your project description, it's great if it also, this is another tip, it's great if it covers the stack, your architecture, put some detail in there exactly as you would in a real work environment, where you'd say, okay, this is how you use the project, this is great, this is the readme, this is the technologies used, this is the stack, here's a little diagram to help you understand the flow. Make it look good, make it look professional, right? It's just a tip for you guys. Definitely follow the rules on sponsor specific prizes, which you can get at devpost.com/rules. And remember that for projects that are trying to be eligible for the Chainlink price tracks, you have to use the Chainlink technologies and make some type of state change on the chain. So if you're just doing read only from the chain and not changing the data on chain, that may not qualify you. So please make sure you do a state change on the blockchain that you're using Chainlink technologies. Okay. All right. Now, there was one last thing. Yeah, please also in your description or the README, ideally in the description, explain why you chose the chain you worked on, why you made a deliberate choice for that chain, and why it's the best choice for your project and your goals. Okay, if that's applicable. Again, these are all things that you'd want to communicate in real life to explain your architectural decisions, which is super valuable when you're interacting with other people, super helpful for the judges, but just a good habit to get into for your professional skills as well. All right, so key dates, just a quick recap. 29th, that's today, it's starting. Woohoo, we're starting. June 2, by 11:45 p.m. EST, American Eastern Standard Time. Your submissions are due by the 2nd of June, 11:45 p.m. The judging will start the day after that, okay? And then by the 20th of June, give or take, the winners will be announced, give or take a couple of days here or there if need be, okay? All right, now guys, here's the pep talk. Here's the pep talk. Everybody lean in, put down whatever you're eating and listen up. I want you to commit. Now, there's no pun intended, not just git commit. I want you to commit in spirit, in person. All right. I want you to commit emotionally to doing this hackathon. I will be very disappointed if a lot of you try to build stuff and don't actually submit it. Please, 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 please submit it, because here's the deal. If you don't get in the game, there is no way you're going to make any progress. It's as simple as that, right? If you don't try, you're never going to know. If you don't know, you're never going to grow. And I'm a terrible poet, so that wasn't even meant to be poetry. It's an earnest plea to you guys. Please do yourself the favor of actually submitting. Part of what makes people successful, especially in coding or building new products, is to actually do the thing they said they're going to do, even if they're not comfortable. The whole point is everything you want, guys, every success, this is true whether it's you, me, or anybody else. Everything we want next in our life, our goals, is outside our comfort zone. Okay, so please commit. This is how you're going to learn. This is how you'll build a relationship. Step outside your comfort zone. Stay there for the next month and submit your project. And remember, it's not just about the code. It's about how you present. It's about how you pitch yourself. And guys, there are so many prizes, like 500K plus. Okay, so just do yourself a favor. Get in there. Do it. Okay. All right. Pep talk over. Or is it? I think it's over. Okay, I won't chew your ear off, guys. All right. Okay, now for help and support, you want to go to these two websites that I put up here, right? You want to go to docs.chain.link/docs getting help, or you can go to Chainlink Block Magic and the resources. You can use any one of these other resources we've given you, right? There's the Discord chat. Ask your questions there. Now, I know Discord's great. Nothing wrong with it, but also keep in mind, you may increase the odds and the quality of your responses and the speed of your responses and help other people by also putting it on Stack Overflow. So just think about that, because Stack Overflow is a community resource. Everyone can access it, and you may get some really cool answers there that you may not or get in Discord because people may miss it. Okay, that's one. Starter kits. Check out the github.com link over there, which will give you starter kits to get started using multiple tools and frameworks, whatever your preferred flavor of framework is. That's great. The documentation site, and of course the hackathon resources on Stack Overflow. As long as you tag Chainlink, you add the Chainlink tag to the Stack Overflow. A whole bunch of us developer advocates here, we monitor that and we respond fairly quickly. So that's a great way to get our attention. Okay. Right. Now, I did promise you that I was going to talk to you about team formation because a bunch of you asked about it in the chat. Okay, so team formation. Shortly after this, there's going to be another event, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But we're going to have a team formation session on an app called Gather, right? All the details are on hackathon.chain.link or hack.chain.link, sorry, hack.chain.link. All the details are there. You got to create an avatar, join in. You can connect with the hackers. Now you can do it from people around the world. You can do it people in your time zone. It's a good experience to do a bit of both. The reason is obviously, especially in the blockchain world, a lot of teams work globally, right? And getting in the habit, believe it or not, it sounds great to say, oh, I work, remotely and I work globally. There's a whole skill involved in collaborating with people in different time zones because they're not going to be awake when you are and vice versa, right? So I encourage you guys to mix your team up, people in your same time zone and people in other time zones. It's invaluable experience for the workplace. It looks great on your resume for your behavioral questions and stuff. You can answer how you handle situations where people are in different time zones. Looks really good. So get the practice in, okay? Connect with other people around the world, share your ideas, collaborate, form teams. Now remember, forming teams is also kind of pitching, okay? You don't have to worry if you're not a hacker. Don't worry about it if you're not a developer. Figure out what it is that's super valuable. Maybe you're a great communicator. Maybe you're a great designer. Maybe you know your way around Google presentation really well. Maybe you've done pitches before. Maybe you've actually sold products and marketed products and actually exchanged your time and product for actual money in the real world, and you know a thing or two about marketing and getting a product off the ground. All of these are super valuable skills. It's not just about the hacking, okay? So don't just assume or disqualify yourself because you're not a coder. 50% of you aren't very experienced anywhere in the blockchain space, so it doesn't matter. Get in there, know your skills, and find teams where you fit in because your skill is something they're lacking, okay? Everybody lacks skills, which means they need to depend on somebody else on the team to do it. So this is great experience and practice for you. All right, remember guys, have fun. That's kind of the whole point of this, okay? Now, one of the really important event, which is also starting in a few hours, is this event that we've got on, which my colleague Elif, she's great fun. You got to check out Elif. You think I have energy? Check out Elif. She is off the charts energy. She's awesome. Okay, so check her out. This is going to be, she's going to be there doing the Gear Up for Block Magic session with you guys, where you learn the inside tips and tricks for the hackathon, get an insider's perspective on how to be an effective participant, how to join and build great teams, guidelines to submit awesome projects, really things that are going to give you an edge, and also definitely get you started off, okay? On the best foot, like get you a bit of a rocket ship strapped to your back, okay? So what else can I say about that? Well, just go and check out Gear Up for Block Magic, okay? It's going to be answering a lot of your questions, and it's going to give you a boost right at the start and a clear plan, okay? So do that. All right, now I'd like to very quickly thank our sponsors, who obviously make this a tremendous event for you, for us, for everybody. So I'm going to try and bring on our first sponsor from Avalanche.
Hi there, my name is Megan Fitzgerald, and I'm a developer relations engineer at Avalabs. Avalabs is the main developer of the Avalanche network. Avalanche is a network of networks, an open source platform for launching decentralized applications and enterprise blockchain deployments in one interoperable, highly scalable ecosystem. Why should you build on Avalanche during the hackathon? So I think it's simple. Avalanche consensus is the fastest consensus mechanism in the blockchain industry, hands down, as measured by time to finality. This makes Avalanche the best place to deploy cross-chain dApps planning to utilize Chainlink's Oracle networks and developer tooling. For example, the speed of execution of each cross-chain function implemented with Chainlink's CCIP depends directly on the speed of the source chain's finality. Fast finality on Avalanche will ensure your dApp is seamless for your users. In addition to fast finality, Avalanche is scalable, remaining highly performant with low transaction fees, even during times of high network traffic. This ensures your application's users will not have their experience affected or worsened by other applications' traffic on the C-chain. Hackers looking to deploy an app-specific blockchain can build their project on an Avalanche subnet to provide an isolated environment for application-specific chains. Build your project on Avalanche's C-chain or a custom Avalanche subnet, and you will be eligible for up to $25K in bounties in addition to that of Chainlink's bounties. Some calls to action our community would like to see built include bringing Web2 APIs into the Avalanche C-chain with Chainlink functions. Be the first SocialFi app on Avalanche with decentralized identity-enabled single sign-on using Chainlink oracles. You could create a C-chain dApp that uses Chainlink functions to call generative art APIs such as Stable Diffusion or DALL-E to mint unique NFTs in one user-friendly front end. Or Make a Web3 game or DeFi application that utilizes Chainlink's CCIP for cross-chain functionality. To get started, visit academy.avox.network for a guided learning experience, or head straight to docs.avox.network to view pointed tutorials and tooling reference information. Make sure to join our Telegram link to have direct communication with our mentors and judges throughout the hackathon. Good luck and happy hacking.
Thank you. Thank you, Megan. That's awesome. And next we have QuickNode, one of our sponsors, who's also going to share a few words with you.
QuickNode, where I help lead our startup program. QuickNode is the leading end-to-end Web3 developer platform, transforming blockchain infrastructure and tooling by simplifying development and providing high-performance access to over 30 chains. Said differently, we make it dead simple for developers to read data from and write data to the blockchain. I'm excited to share that we're offering a free 3-month subscription valued at $900 to all BlockMagic participants. This gives you access to our best self-service plan so you can experiment and build for the hackathon without having to worry about infrastructure costs. Best of luck to everyone, and I can't wait to see all the great projects you build. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, QuickNode. Thank you, Team QuickNode. Really appreciate that. So let's move forward with understanding a bit more about the prizes. Now, as you know, we have multiple sponsors. So we've got Polygon with $50,000 worth of prizes, and that's going to be split across the multiple tracks. So, for example, the best MVP in Polygon Cardano is they're going to be 5 projects. They'll get 3K each, total of 15K. Similarly, a total of 15K spread across 5 projects for the best AI, AR, VR art experience. The best social app on Lens is going to get, about, there are going to be 5 projects that do this that get 3K each. So, another 15K there. And then the LXLY bridge, ZK EVM extension, 2 projects, 2.5 grand each, a total of 5K. So super generous. Like I said, guys, get in the game. There's so much to be gained here. There's so much to be had. And really some of the networks you're going to build, life-changing and life-defining. All right. We also got ZK Sync with $25,000 of sponsorships and prizes. And you can find all the details about that on DevPost. A lot of that's being uploaded now as we speak as well. Similarly with Avalanche, again, you've heard from Megan, and the full details are already on DevPost. So that happened a little while ago, and I did not update the slides. Shh, don't tell anyone. But anyway, so it's all on DevPost now. And then we've got Moonbeam with $7,500 for those who want to create a gasless experience with Moonbeam's call permit precompile. Well, you can get, the first place will get 3K and the second place will get 750. Likewise with batch transactions on Moonbeam, for the same sort of price split, 3K and 750. Now, QuickNode, you've just heard from QuickNode as well. You get access to 3 months of their scale tier, which is phenomenal. $900 of value in that, for the winners of that one. Metis as well, 5K to the best project that demonstrates the potential for high user engagement and the ability to scale, adapt within the Metis ecosystem. Okay, so lots of really generous stuff happening here. Lots of choices for you guys to experiment and discover your new flavors. Now, for Scroll, which is also a chain, all the details will be on DevPost, and look there for the latest details on that. Like I said, like everything in the blockchain space, things constantly move and evolve, and we're always trying to give you guys the most value we can. So, get the latest information of all of this on DevPost because things may change. Now, for Dex tools, you're getting 300K plus in credits. The first place is going to get 2K, 2,000, and the second place will get 1,000. And about API credits, $30,000 plus for $100 each worth of API credits for API usage. Swan Chain's also giving you $2,000 for the 3 best projects using the AI track. So the first place gets 1,000, and the next 2 runner-ups get $500 each. All right. So, like I said, get the full breakdown from chainlinkblockmagic.devpost.com, okay? Because everything I've said here is correct as of now, but I'm pretty sure things are going to change, get better, because as you guys hack, more cool things are going to be happening, okay? All right, now, time for me to bid you farewell, to send you guys going off on your way. Remember, commit. Okay, I'm not going to do another pep talk. I promised myself I was allowed 1 pep talk today. It's really hard for me to not do a second one, but guys, get in there. I want to see all of you in there. I want to see all of you guys hacking away. I want to see all of you designing, thinking, solving, networking, making friends, just have fun. Okay, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of life. Okay. Off my soapbox. Thank you. Please register. 2 places: hack.chain.link and also at the Chainlink blockmagic.devpost.com. 2 registrations. Don't forget to do that. And have fun. Have a blast. Remember that ultimately the person that's starting this hackathon is not going to be the same person that finishes it, which I think is awesome. All of you are going to grow. All of you are going to evolve. All of you are going to be a whole lot better if you just walk this path. Have a great time. It's a completely magical transformation that those of you who are truly committed are going to experience. That's why we're calling it Block Magic. And I can't wait to see the kind of spells you guys cast on the other side. I will see you there. Don't forget to take a look at the schedule. Go to the team formation activity that starts a little bit after this, and go and check out the workshop with the wonderful Elif on how to get the best out of this hackathon. Okay, all the best, guys. You take care, and I'll see you on the various office hours and Discord channels and all of that. Have fun.